Dogs have been around humans for over 30,000 years and have earned themselves the title of humans' best friends. Since being domesticated, the species has undergone dramatic changes due to selective breeding. People have bred dogs for their advantage, sometimes causing the animals health problems. So today, I'm going to tell you about 10 most transformed dog breeds in history. 1. Bull Terrier. As its name suggests, this breed was originally a mix between bulldogs and terriers. Just like them, the bull terrier once had a clear break between snout and forehead. Around the turn of the 20th century, however, breeders began to mold its profile into a smooth arc from nose to skull, almost like the slope of a shark's head. This, its most distinctive feature, is sometimes referred to as an egghead, full and without hollows or indentations. Another key trait is the deep-set, triangular eyes, designed to create what today's standard calls a piercing glint. Besides their looks, the Bull Terrier was also bred to mellow out the aggression of its bulldog forebears, while still retaining their courage. Common health problems include skin allergies and deafness, which affect nearly 20% of white Bull Terriers. 2. English Bulldog. The exact breed that gave the Bull Terrier half its name no longer exists, its descendants having grown into something new. The dense, heavily jowled watchdogs of the 21st century. Though always a squat creature, today's English Bulldogs are even more thick-set, with more prominent cheek folds that hang well below a massive jaw. They've lost much of the agility that earlier Bulldogs needed for blood sport. Australian veterinarian Mark Tenenbaum, founder of the Vet Society, has written that the English Bulldog has almost acquired all possible deleterious breed predispositions over the past century, everything from difficulty breathing to skin and eye diseases. A 2004 survey by the Kennel Club, the UK's largest dog organization, found that their average lifespan is just over 6 years, significantly shorter than most breeds. 3. Pug. Pugs are among the few breeds with an established claim to antiquity. Historians generally agree they originated in the first millennium BC in China, bred as companion animals. These days, they're known and loved for their adorably smushed faces, but that supposedly desirable trait is actually the main cause of their health issues. Just a century or two ago, their snouts were considerably longer and healthier. Now pugs, like other brachycephalic breeds with ludicrously short noses, typically struggle with breathing due to their deformed respiratory tracts. The condition is so severe and prevalent that researchers from the Royal Veterinary College argue the pug can no longer be considered as a typical dog. 4. German Shepherd. Once a lean dog of merely 50 pounds, the German Shepherd is now a lumbering, barrel-chested creature that reaches nearly twice that weight. That shift occurred as breeders adapted them for use in guarding and police work, as well as herding. But in addition to altering their appearance and abilities, the dramatic change in proportions has led to musculoskeletal problems. Shepherds are prone to hip and elbow dysplasia, painful genetic diseases in which the ball and socket joints fit together poorly. That condition, as well as loss of muscle control in the hind legs that renders them unable to stand, has lowered the breed's lifespan to an average of 10 years. 5. Neopolitan Mastiff. The essence of the Neapolitan, the American Kennel Club states, is his bestial appearance, astounding head and imposing size and attitude. Surely, astounding is the only way to describe the mountain of excess skin that enfolds this breed's gigantic face. Weighing in at anywhere from 100 to 200 pounds, the Neo, like the German Shepherd and many other large dogs, suffers from several size-related problems. Besides hip dysplasia, they're susceptible to bloat, which happens when the stomach fills with gas and twists, causing abdominal pain. 6. Poodle. Poodles are often thought of as the ultimate accessory dog, but their origins are very different. The American Kennel Club attributes the earliest poodles to 17th century Germany, and they are depicted in almost unrecognizable fashion. The poodle was originally considered a water retriever, meaning they were excellent duck hunters, mostly because their dense coat is moisture resistant. Although the standard poodle commonly had a long, corded coat, owners likely started breeding and shaving poodles to make it easier for them to move in water, leaving fur around the ankles for warmth and to protect joints from rheumatism. During the reign of King Louis XVI in the 18th century, imported poodles were also extravagantly trimmed to match the coiffes of the French nobility, and the trend continued in America and the UK as the standard poodle made its way to dog shows. It's hard to envision today's flashy poodles as the working dogs they once were. 7. Chow Chow. Chow Chows originated as a guard dog in China, and is one of the most ancient breeds still in existence today. Because of this, they've had quite a number of years to change their appearance. While the former dogs had a little less coat and longer muzzles, the modern dogs have a much more Mastiff-style look to their heads and bodies. Although their exact origin is unknown, the Chow Chow is thought to date back to ancient China due to similar likeness being found in Chinese pottery as far back as 206 BC. Experts believe these dogs served many working purposes for the nobility, including hunting, herding and pulling sleighs. The Chow Chow arrived in England and America at the end of the 1700s, and early depictions show them as a medium-sized dog with a long, curled tail and slightly shaggy coat. As chows became more fashionable, selective breeding enhanced their coat to become heavier with an almost mane-like trim surrounding the face. By 1895, the standard for dog shows was based on the lion-looking Chow Chow, which was already a far cry from its early ancestors. More modern Chow Chow varieties have even since been bred with a mass of excess skin rather than just fur, especially surrounding the face. Their incredibly deep-set eyes now means that this breed has a reduced peripheral vision, alongside various genetic eye disorders. 8. Dachshund. Better known as the sausage dog, due to their elongated bodies, this breed can be traced back to 15th century Germany, where they were first created to sniff out badgers and other burrow-dwelling animals with their short-legged build. Now you can see how different the Dachshund looked in 1915, with legs and a neck, which were more proportionate to their overall size, compared to the deliberately stunted legs of today's Dachshunds. As their population dwindled during World War I, they were also bred with dogs imported to the USA, and as a result, their chests became more jutted and their backs more flattened, setting a new standard for generally lower abdomens. Despite making them more attractive to buyers, this more compact build also puts the Dachshund at risk of intervertebral disc disease, which can sometimes lead to paralysis. 9. Boxer. This loyal breed is a descendant of the now extinct German Bullenbeiser, which was a mix of Mastiff, Bulldog and possibly even Great Dane or Terrier. Earliest boxers were initially used for bull baiting until the practice became illegal in 1835. When they became butchers' helpers by controlling cattle in slaughterhouses. The modern boxer was also developed as an attempt to revive the Bullenbeiser, when dog shows became popular in the 1800s, as people favored its distinct features. Early boxers had pointed ears and longer snouts, compared to the shorter face, more upturned muzzle and floppier ears we're familiar with today. One possible explanation is known as domestication syndrome, which refers to the way dogs have lost their wolf-like primal features, like pointed ears and elongated snouts simply through lack of necessity in domestic environments. Unfortunately, this shortened snout is also the cause of some serious breathing problems, which means the boxer is prone to overheating, limiting its physical capabilities. The boxer also has one of the highest rates of cancer. There was also a trend of cropping boxers' ears to remain pointed, which was wrongly thought to prevent the risk of infection, and is now illegal in many European countries. 10. Saint Bernard. The gentle yet strong Saint Bernard has adventurous origins. After being founded in 980 AD by Saint Bernard de Menthon, they were first bred by monks by crossing the ancient Tibetan Mastiff with the Great Dane. Saint Bernards were originally used by the hospice, and worked as rescue dogs during avalanches. As they traded in their working days for top spots in pedigree dog shows, the early Saint Bernard, in 1915, with a short coat and long snout, was replaced by a more popular long-haired variety with a short, upturned muzzle. As a result, this popular breed is now a mere shadow of the dog it once was. With a broader skull and a steeper angle between the nose and forehead, the modern Saint Bernard is prone to various problems, including ectropion, which is a folding outward of the eyelid rim. And also Saint Bernard has entropion, hemophilia, osteosarcoma, fibrinogen deficiency. So, I hope you were amazed at the way these breeds used to look like in the past and how much they have changed. Dogs 100 years ago versus now do look very different, and we can only imagine how these breeds will look like in another 100 years.